Hi everyone.
Hello everyone.
I am Kamala Kosov, representing from Kalburgi district.
This is Mr. Mahesh representing from Kalburgi district.
Today we are discussing about the Nishtha module 12 3.2. Nishtha National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement. And under this we are studying about FLN. FLN stands for Foundational Literacy and Numeracy, which is an interpreted training for teachers and school heads at pre-primary and primary stage of school education. Under this, in FLN, we have studied 12 models. The modules are such as
FLN 1 Introduction to FLN Vision, FLN 2 Shifting towards Competency Based Education, FLN 3 Understanding Learners How Children Learn, FLN 4 Involvement of Parents and Communities for FLN, FLN 5 Understanding Vidya Pravesh and Balavatika, FLN 6 Foundational Language and Literacy, FLN 7 Multilingual Education in Primary Grades, FLN 8 Learning Assessment in FLN, FLN 9 Foundational Numeracy, FLN 10 School Leadership for Foundational Literacy and Numeracy, FLN 11 Integration of ICT in Teaching, Learning and Assessment, FLN 12 Toy-Based Pedagogy for Foundational Stage 3 to 9 years.
Okay. The objectives of Nishtha module 3.0 to enrich or equip teachers with better understanding and require skill on new pedagogical perspective for improving learning outcomes of students. To enable teachers to implement school-based assessment in schools. Brief information about subject area, introduction of the chapter or a theme, linking learners' day-to-day experience with the theme. Conduct of an inbuilt activities using learner-centered approach, inbuilt evaluation, integration of general issues such as diversity, values, etc. Using multilingualism in the session for better understanding and comprehension. The activities for the teachers and the students to develop the comprehension. It develops the skills and quality of the teachers for teachings. It helps the school to create safe and healthy environment.
Role of National Initiative to find out the educational gap. Various organizations are involved in academic activities. They have played a very important role in this regard, such as NCERT, DSERT and DIET. NCERT is responsible for developing curriculum pedagogical framework focusing on FLN with learner-centric pedagogy. Competency-based pedagogy package for developing teachers' education. Academic support will be provided for teachers. Gaps will be analyzed through assessment tools. 3-month play-based model was prepared by NCERT. SCERT has a major role in developing locally contextual teaching learning materials and resources for teachers in local language. DIET plays a major role to develop academic pool comprising of teacher education, education planners, and education faculties from different universities and institutions.
Okay, we are discussing about the FLN 1, the module 1, that is Foundational Literacy and Numeracy. Under this, it has been called as National Initiative Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. And it provides from grade Balavatika to the grade 3. And it runs with the Samagra Sikshana involving with Nipun Bharat. The Nipun Bharat has been launched by our Honorable Prime Minister. It gives and come out with the detailed guidelines of academic part. In this course, we studied about what is foundational literacy and why we should study the foundational literacy and numeracy and how we are going to implement this FLN in the school level. In this Nipun Bharat, we have adopted the NEP. The NEP has telling that the 90% of the brain has been developed in the initial stage of the child. Means it up to the age of 9, the grade 3, we are going to have the development, holistic development of the student in numeracy and as well as in the language. FLN targets for the foundational literacy and numeracy starting from the Balavatika. Nipun Bharat is envisaged to support and encourage students along with their schools, teachers, parents and communities in every way possible to help and empower them in achieving foundational skills, which indeed form the basis of all future learning.
FLN Model 5 Vidya Pravesh and Balavatika. 2020 is a remarkable year in education, that is NEP. FLN deals with understanding, reading, comprehension, writing with understanding, the domains of numbers, measurement, and shapes. Children became independent in problem solving, decision making. Overall, this is a holistic development. The objectives of Nipun Bharat are as follows: to prepare children for grade 1, to provide play-based and joyful learning atmosphere, to prepare children with cognitive and linguistic competencies, strengthening foundation for development of children to learn.
Course 2, shifting towards competency-based education. If you are taking in a typical classroom, here the learners will come from different backgrounds. For example, different needs will be there, different educational background, different attention, different span and interest, and different language abilities, different cultural background. But in the classroom, we are teaching them in the same manner. We gave the same content, same subject, and all assessments should are also given in the same way. So, if we are going to tell all the types of animals to climb the tree in the same manner, it cannot be hampered. This is an example. So, to overcome about these issues, we have shifted towards competency-based education. So, the competency-based education is over 5 domains. That is physical motor domain, language domain, social emotional and language and literacy, cognitive domain as well as art and aesthetic. The goal of competency based education is to children maintain good health and well-being, children become effective communicators, children become involved in the learning and also connected with the day-to-day life.
FLN Module number 11 ICT. This module deals with creating digital information to store and exchange information. For example, messaging, content sharing, clicking photos for education, and using it in the classroom for learning process. Creating and communicating information to make them to understanding the content in different styles like auditory, visuals, kinesthetic and tactile.
FLN for involvement of parents and communities for FLN. It deals with the role and responsibility of the parents, families, communities and school management committees SDMC. How to make the partnership with families and community effectively. Different strategies for engaging parents, community and SDMC in FLN. Help parents to know how to support the learners.
FLN Module number 10 School Leadership for Foundational Literacy and Numeracy. This module deals with what can school and school leadership do to strengthening the FLN, perspective on school leadership for leading FLN, pedagogical leadership for strengthening foundational FLN, development of strong networking with community and parents, preparation of context-specific school development plan, implement of FLN by school heads.
FLN 8. Learning assessment. We are learning here about how to do the assessment with the children, how to improve our assessment, for example, improving the assessment of the teacher in different strategies, how to plan the assessment, how to do the effective assessment with the techniques. We need to do the assessment with learning, planning, pedagogy, and environment in assessment, observation in assessment, involvement of toy-based and play-based assessment, learning in various areas, integrating FLM, inbuilt techniques, and reporting throughout 360 degree of the student and assessing with the report card. Overall we can say holistic progress of the child with holistic progress card. Overall, with conclude, we can say that we are going to learn the understanding of learners, how children are going to learn. Very important aspect, how children will learn. In this model, children learn from different ways. For example, play way, supportivity, creativity, through environment, through the senses, and different abilities, learning abilities. For example, interest in according to their interest, preferences, the styles of learning, nature of learning, and they create stimulation, learning environment, how to create with peer, with the materials, with others, with community, and ways to recognize learning needs, activities, families, and engage. And we can say the strategies to promote and address learners' need in the children. I extend my best wishes to all the stakeholders for the participants participating in the mission and hope for great success in achieving its goal and objectives. Thank you.
Thank you so much.